The season is quickly approaching in Fayetteville, and these are my game-by-game predictions for the Arkansas Razorbacks this season. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcasts. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, we are powered by our friends over at FANDUEL. Visit FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FANDUEL.com/SECU to get $250 in bonus bets today. Kickoff is just around the corner in Fayetteville, Arkansas, which means the Hogs are getting set to hit the field. And there's a lot of pressure. This is a big season for the future of Arkansas football, specifically Sam Pittman and his leadership. Will he be back in 2026? Well, a lot of that's going to be decided by simply, does Arkansas win some games on the field this season? Guys, these are officially my game-by-game predictions for the Arkansas Razorbacks in the upcoming 2025 college football season. And we will first start by pulling up Arkansas's schedule here. We're going to go game by game. And for those of you watching, I will reveal my full prediction and the full graphic at the end of the show as we go through each of these. So a little bit more suspense for you guys as we go game by game, and I lock in my picks for the Hogs. That being said, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it, because Arkansas opens up the 2025 season in non-conference play. Back-to-back non-conference games. Alabama A&M, the Bulldogs, the season opener for Talon Green, Bobby Petrino, T. Will, Sam Pittman, and that entire group down there in Fayetteville. Safe to say, I think Arkansas gets off on the right foot. I think they win. I think they win big. I think it is offensive fireworks in that first game of the season. Hogs very easily move to 1-0. Now, week 2 is interesting because Arkansas is doing something this season they've never done before, and that's match up against Arkansas State on the gridiron, right? This is the Little Rock game, which I've mentioned before. I know a lot of folks down there in Fayetteville really excited that this is the final year of the Little Rock game for what it's worth. But Arkansas State, listen, you lose to Arkansas State week 2, we're going to have some problems really early on. That said, I don't think the Hogs will do it. Arkansas State is not a team to be messed with. This is a really, really good G5 program, but even though we have some questions, and I have some questions when it comes to Arkansas's personnel, I don't think you're in that bad of a shape to where you're going to lose to Arkansas State in week 2. So far, so good. Hogs start the season at 2-0. Then you open SEC play in Oxford at Ole Miss. And guys, this is where I think the first loss of the 2025 season is going to come. Admittedly, I'm actually higher on Ole Miss than most. I think Ole Miss is going to be a team that is in contention for the college football playoff. I think something that can make this really, really interesting, though, is the simple fact Ole Miss has got questions defensively. If Arkansas can find some guys on the outside to step up as consistent playmakers and assist Talon Green, right? That's the issue with Arkansas. It's not Talon Green, the quarterback. It is what in the world else do we have around him? Do we have an offensive line that can block? Is Braylon Russell going to really replace the production that you lost in Jaquindon Jackson? Can Omega Blake and some others emerge and replace the production that Andrew Armstrong gave you? Is there anybody that's even close to his level of caliber when it comes to elite, big-time SEC wide receivers? If you can find some guys, I think Ole Miss, I think you're going to have some opportunities to score some points and set off some fireworks. On the other side, though, you got to go up against Austin Simmons. So I think you're going to have to score to win. I think it's just going to be asking a little bit too much this early on in the season, asking the Hogs to go into Oxford and get this win. Give me Ole Miss in week 3. Arkansas drops their first game to fall to 2-1. Then the following week, you've got a really, really intriguing non-conference game. And I tell you what, guys, especially you lose to Ole Miss, this is one that Sam Pittman is absolutely going to need, because the locals can handle losing an SEC game on the road, tough SEC team, whatever. That happens. You start losing non-conference games to, say, a Memphis. I don't care how good of a program Memphis is, guys. Arkansas should not lose to the Memphis Tigers. They should not do it. That said, I don't think they will. I think Arkansas will actually bounce back, and I think they will beat Memphis Really hard-fought game, really close game, but I think the Hogs will beat up on Memphis, get to 3-1 with a massive non-conference game the following week against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Guys, I just don't think Arkansas is on the same level as Notre Dame. I mean, just flat out. I know this has kind of been like a sexy upset pick. And listen, guys, I mean, if Arkansas can pull the early upset against the Ole Miss Rebels, heck, all of a sudden you're coming in this game 4-0. Who knows what's going to happen? That said, right now, I think it will serve as Arkansas' second loss, and I think they will drop to 3-2 heading into the bye week. Like I said, I just don't think your personnel top to bottom is ready to match up with the likes of Notre Dame, who I think is a real college football playoff contender and a team that I will probably have in my playoff projections. Like I said, you then go into a bye week to kick off the month of October before you travel to Old Rocky Top. You'll always be. You travel to Tennessee. My bad, I just hit a ballad there on you. But you travel to Tennessee in a game in which the Vols are going to be looking for revenge after what happened last year. I think Neyland is going to be a straight-up madhouse for this game. I know that Tennessee historically has not fared well against Arkansas. I think Tennessee's going to get you this year. If there was one home game that I felt pretty good Tennessee's going to win, it's probably this one. They will be laser-focused, locked in on the Hogs. I'm not super high on like a Joey Aguilar, but I do think he'll have his moments. I think the Tennessee offense will actually show out in this game. I don't think Arkansas is able to keep up, and I just think at Neyland Stadium, Tennessee's going to get this one. They're going to get their revenge on Arkansas. Hogs will drop to 3-3 through 6 games. Guys, then the following week, here's the thing with Arkansas, right? They're always going to let one get away that you feel like they shouldn't. They're always going to let one of those games get away. But then I had to stop and remind myself while I'm doing these predictions, Arkansas is always going to get one too. Very rarely do they go through the whole season and just not get one. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get somebody. You just pray to God it's not your team. I think finally, believe it or not, this game is finally out of Jerry World. I think Arkansas hosting Texas A&M in Fayetteville. I think the Hogs finally get him. I really do, man. I think they finally get him. Taylon Green has a big game. Texas A&M, they typically have these performances as well. You're just due. I mean, you're just flat out due to finally beat the Aggies. I think Arkansas finally gets the Aggies at home. I think Jerry World, for whatever reason, just was not a good place to you. I think getting them at home makes a difference. You beat Texas A&M for a massive shot in the arm victory to move to 4-3. Unfortunately, you don't follow that up well because you host Auburn the next week, and I think Auburn actually gets you. Again, I think Auburn's going to be very inconsistent, kind of similar to you, but I think they come into your house, and I think they beat you in Fayetteville. I think you're 4-4 after 8 games. I think, again, Auburn's going to be a team. I don't even know if they're going to do enough to keep Hugh Freeze employed there, but I think they're going to be one of those teams that's so inconsistent that when they do show up and play their best ball, I think Auburn's going to be able to beat anyone. And I think they can certainly beat the Arkansas Razorbacks. You love the talent on that roster. I just don't trust Hugh Freeze all that much, but I don't trust Sam Pittman much either, if I'm being totally honest. So you drop to 4-4, lose that game to Auburn. The following week, you take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs at home. Guys, I think Arkansas beats Mississippi State. I do. Now, listen, this is a bit of a trap game. I mean, this is because State's going to get somebody. Heck, I've got them getting somebody. Stick around for that game-by-game prediction video. I got them getting somebody in the SEC. Right now, I don't think it's you, though. I think Arkansas at home will bounce back. I think they will beat Mississippi State to sit at 5-4 as the month of November progresses. As you go into the next bye week, you go 5-4 in your final 3-game stretch. You got to go to LSU in Death Valley. Listen, I know in that series, Arkansas has played well in Baton Rouge. It ain't happening this year. I think LSU is a legitimate college football playoff team. I think Garrett Nussmeier probably torches your defense. They're going to be so loaded offensively. Give me LSU to beat Arkansas in Death Valley. The following week, you go to Texas. Listen, this is a tricky game for the Longhorns, no doubt. but the rosters are in two different stratospheres. Give me Texas to win this football game, making it back-to-back losses. Guys, then you host the Missouri Tigers. And for whatever reason, Sam Pittman in Arkansas can just not beat Eli Drinkwitz. Just can't do it. And I think Mizzou's going to be a little bit better than people think. I think the momentum at this point is probably extremely negative. There's chatter. There's talk of Sam Pittman. Is he stepping down? Is he going to get fired? I think that kind of serves as a distraction. And I think Missouri comes into your place, puts the final nail in the coffin of the Sam Pittman era in Fayetteville for the Hogs to finish up at 5-7 overall and 2-6 in conference play. Guys, I hope I'm wrong on this. I'd love to see Arkansas be that surprise team. I'd love to see the Hogs pop off and, have a much bigger year than expected. Like, I think it's possible, right? I did best case, worst case. I think 7-5 is doable, right? You flip some of these. I think Tennessee could be a toss-up. I think Auburn could be a toss-up. I think certainly Mizzou could. I think Ole Miss actually could be a toss-up. But right now, I'm really, really, really skeptical of the personnel on this football team. Yes, you have Taylon Green. Yes, you have Xavier Sori on the defensive side. And it's just so many questions outside of that. Not that these questions can't turn into positive answers. Not that some of these guys can't pan out, but they are questions. And the teams I've picked Arkansas to lose to, I trust them right now more to answer the questions they have than the questions that Arkansas has. So again, guys, I've got the Razorbacks 5-7 overall, 2-6 in conference play, including losing their final 3 games. Bowl eligibility on the line. Losing out those final 3 to finish 5-7. Guys, would love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? How do you see the Arkansas Razorbacks faring in the upcoming 2025 college football season? Guys, that's going to do it all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel because, as always, we are brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Guys, on Tuesday, August the 26th, it is FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all your favorite football season predictions. So take a flyer on the MVP race, whether it's Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, whoever you want to pick. Crown your champion in August, whether you want to bet on the Lions or the Bucks or the Chiefs or the Eagles, whoever your pick is. Or, guys, just parlay your division winner dark horses. Mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Guys, visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now because Futures Day is one day and one day only. Guys, when you go, make sure you sign up over at FanDuel.com/SECU to get a $250 deposit bonus when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/SECU to get that $250 deposit bonus today. FanDuel, play your game. Guys, once again, appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, SECUnfiltered.com. Until next time, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we will catch you on the other side.